Besides sparking an international outcry, Israel's assault on the aid ships to Gaza has also stirred anger in the country that's usually its closest ally. Protesters in the U.S. Capitol have taken to the streets to denounce the Israeli government's actions. RT Cedric Moon reports from the heart of the uproar.
It is a sleepy section of Washington, D.C., miles from any signs of power. One of the many crossroads where comfort usually intersects with a little apathy.
I would say that the vast majority of Americans are really not that informed about foreign affairs in general.
But today, restlessness was on the march, and the apathy over a faraway land stirred a bit.
Pam Bailey, I'm a freelance journalist, and I was in Gaza for 5 months.
The people here heard, read, watched all about the latest incident between Palestine and Israel. At its best, Israel's screw-up.
I don't think anybody hopes for such screw-ups to happen.
At worst,
it was a cold-blooded massacre of people whose only crime was trying to extend aid and solidarity to a blockaded people.
Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine!
And here, the mix of Palestinian sympathizers, Israel's critics, and human rights watchdogs clamored, demanding
shut down this embassy! Shut down this embassy!
The United States cut its ties with a nation they see as a terrorist organization.
So there's no question about who's to blame. The Israeli ships in the middle of the international waters, in other words, on the high seas, boarded other people's ships, and they rappelled down ropes. They shot from helicopters onto those boats.
Halfway through, a moment of silence. Until the latest incident, the one that ignited such anger, is simply the last straw and a wake-up call to a people usually too far removed from the reality that is the Middle East conflict.
If Americans would try to put themselves in the shoes of somebody in Gaza, imagine for a minute that you're living in a space like twice the size of D.C. You're never allowed out. No one's allowed in. You have no jobs. Unemployment is like over 50%. You depend on handouts, rice and some oil and that kind of thing. Wouldn't you hate the person that's doing it to you?
The doors were closed at the Israeli embassy on an American holiday. No one to really lend an ear. But that doesn't mean the people here weren't heard.
If there's a bright lining to this very dark cloud, is maybe, just maybe, finally people will sit up and take notice.
Cedric Moon, RT, Washington, D.C.